Hello guys, welcome to Serenity of the Mind, where we are going to be talking about depression. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot of you have been hearing about depression or asking the question, are you depressed? So today we're going to be discussing what is depression and what we think about depression. Depression does not always start when you're crying in your room alone or in some dark room crying. Depression can be getting up, going to work, going to school, doing all the things that you normally do, just having a lower mood and feeling empty inside. A lot of people don't know this, but depression doesn't always start at once. It takes time to develop, ignoring all the feelings and emotions we usually have on a daily basis. Sometimes we usually get upset over something little and bottle it up, and then we forget about it. The next day something else happens, we forget about it, not listening to what our body wants or needs. This over time develops into depression, which is the low mood and the feelings of emptiness inside. Now, here are things that people usually get wrong about depression. Number one, depression is not just about having a low mood. Most people don't realize this, but depression has symptoms of its own. It can appear in anxiety, in the feelings of sadness, feelings of loneliness, which always do take time to develop, and when they do occur, they need to be addressed. Depression also is not just something physical, not something psychological. It can also be physical. It happens in your body. You can feel it, and also appears in forms of small pains and aches all around your body that you cannot understand or don't normally have a cause. So psychological problems don't always just happen in the mind. They can also affect us physically. Depression is not the same thing as sadness. You see, sadness for many of us does happen daily, on a daily basis. Something can upset you, and for a moment you forget about it. And then you continue on with your daily activities. Then all of a sudden, something else can upset you, and for a moment it goes away. But for depression, it's different because it takes years to develop, and it takes years to do it, to get better off. So these are the three things that people mostly get wrong about depression. Depression is not the same thing as sadness. Depression can be physical, and depression is not the same thing. Depression happens also as has other symptoms, which you're going to look at. So how do I know that I have depression? Now, before being diagnosed with depression, there are at least 9 symptoms we need to watch out for. Out of these 9, if you have 5 of these symptoms, then you are eligible for depression. But you need to be diagnosed by a doctor. So we are going to learn these symptoms as a way to be aware, to self-check if we do need to be diagnosed for depression. Number 1, persistent feeling down, in a low mood, or hopeless. So the persistent feeling of hopelessness, of a very low mood, that has to be continuous for a period of up to 2 weeks. Number 2, having little or no interest or pleasure in doing things, even things that used to bring you joy. If there are things that you used to do that are not fun anymore, if there are things that you used to like to do, little pleasures that you like enjoying, like going out, and it's no longer fun for you, combined with a continuous feeling of a low mood for up to 2 weeks, then we have disturbed sleep. This disturbed sleep can come in 2 ways. For one, too much sleep, which is called hyperinsomnia. If you're sleeping too much, more than compared to usual, we also have too little sleep, insomnia. If you're having or you're struggling to have sleep, or you're having little sleep more than usual, that is something to watch out for. Changes in appetite and weight, you must be either eating too much or too little than usual. Number 5, fatigue and loss of energy. Even everyday tasks feel like hard work to do. That is something to watch out for. Number 6, agitation or slowing of movements. Number 7, poor concentration or indecisiveness. Daily activities or daily decision making that used to be so easy for you to do are now so hard for you to even come up with a decision, like, do I wear a shirt or a t-shirt? Those decisions that used to be so simple for you to do can become so hard for you to do what? To decide. Number 8, feelings of worthlessness or excessive guilt over things that normally you don't feel so intensely about. Like, you can make an accident or a mistake, break a cup in the morning, and all of a sudden throughout the day you cannot stop thinking about how you just broke a cup in the morning. Those are small things that you normally usually don't even care about, but you end up feeling guilty throughout the day. So that is something to watch over. And finally, number 9, suicidal thoughts or urges. If you're experiencing up to 5 of these symptoms, that is something to be aware of, that you might need possible help. Now, normally in life, these symptoms might come and go all the time, but for a diagnosis, 5 or more of these symptoms needs to be presented for at least a couple of weeks for it to be a full diagnosis of depression. But either way, you might be experiencing 1 or 2 of these symptoms, and you think you might need support and help. So you might reach out to people who are professional about this, or talk to your friends or loved ones that might be worried about what's happening in your life. Now, depression usually makes someone feel like you're the only one, or more importantly, like no one else can understand what you're going through. We need to know that currently inside the world that there are 1 out of 4 people are suffering from a mental illness. That means that amongst everyone that we know, 4 in a group, 1 must be experiencing a mental illness. That means our friends and our family, all those circles, there must be some people experiencing mental illness. That means someone might understand what you're going through, someone might look out for you, even your friends might notice the change in mood. So that means someone out there is worried and cares about you. So you need to know that clinicians arrive at this diagnosis because of all these symptoms. But you know your own experience, you understand what you've been through or that you've gone through. It could be traumatic experiences, and you know yourself. Therefore, if you feel concerned to talk about your mental well-being or you need some support to improve, do not hesitate to seek for help. If professionals are not available, we have said you can talk to trusted friends and family, can be a really huge boost to your recovery. You also need to know that when you're feeling down, it's not because your brain is malfunctioning or anything. There's nothing wrong you have done, or there's nothing wrong with your body. This is just your way, the way the brain informs you that you have been neglecting some need or something hasn't been met that you need to put your attention to. Most of the time, those things can be because we are human. We need attention, we need love, we need companionship. Those things can be some of the things that we lack in our daily lives that can cause us to want, or our brain to send information that something here is not right. This means it is your duty to yourself to work out what they are, those needs that are not being met, and start meeting them. It could be you just need a little attention, love, or even some rest from a busy, scheduled life. So watch out of what is going on in your life. Find out to the points and needs that you need help and start meeting them Start your journey to recovery. But it's not always all day that we might be suffering from depression. It might just be sadness. And maybe you need a day or two to really go out and have a mindful meditation, discover what in your life is not going well for you and what is going right. Having this allows you to know what is wrong and that if you can fix it. Now, bottling up emotions can also be another reason as to why people develop depression. We need to face our daily emotions. Every little thing, if you're something angered you in the morning, you need to sit down, check it out, see what was wrong with it, and figure it out. Putting those anger emotions in a place and locking it away, and then during the day you meet something that makes you sad, you bottle it up again, and then at around mid-noon something makes you happy. It's part of all those complex emotions that we experience throughout the day, and that means we need to express and feel every emotion. Means we need to allow ourselves to feel these emotions and not hold them in, because they are part of our daily lives and we need to allow ourselves to feel them. Giving yourself a chance to express how you feel to everyone, to your friends, to your family, allows you to get to know how they feel and how you feel. This gives you a chance to have a healthy mental relationship with your emotions. This keeps away, or you at least know the boundary between the positive thoughts and the negative thoughts. There are also things that we do physically that might also affect our mental health and lead to depression. This is the abuse of drugs sometimes can lead to depression. The lack of exercise and good enough sleep, staying on social media throughout the night, might actually affect of how we think or feel. So we need to balance a healthy lifestyle with everything that we're doing. This allows you to know the boundaries of everything that you're doing, giving you a safe space to express everything where it needs to be expressed. But if you are already depressed, that means you need help. You need to reach out to people who can help you. Allow for people who love you to care about every little thing that is happening in your life. You need to give people a chance to listen to you. You need to give people a chance to help out. You need to give people a chance to be there for you when you need it. That means allowing for people to be in your life, allowing for people to connect and to socialize with other people, giving you a chance for you to have your own circle of influence that might help you whenever you need the help. Guys, thank you so much. That will be all for Serenity of the Mind tonight. We have talked a lot about depression. Next we'll be talking about how we are going to dive deeper on how we are going to handle the little episodes of sadness or depression or even low mood. So if you're there, join us next time as we talk about it. Thank you.